Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to start working on this quench tank. It's going to be a real fast, simple thing. All I'm going to do is make a cut line. There's going to be two things that viewers might find interesting. Maybe there's somebody out there who don't know it. How to lay out the cut line, and then once that's done, it'll be clean up, and then forming my ring for my tongs. I'm going to put a tong holder ring on it. Figuring out how much material you need to make a certain diameter circle. That's one of the things. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that, and thanks for watching. Okay, laying out the cut line, there's several ways to do that. You can put it in jack stands, make a wraparound mark all the way around, or if you've got a fairly square end, you can simply measure over whatever you're wanting the distance to be and mark it several places, say 6 places around this tank. And then use the wraparound to line up those marks, and you ain't got to go all the way around it. You can just line up your marks, say 3 of them in a row, make a mark. You can do it with a saw blade, anything that's flexible yet a little rigid and has a straight edge. Or if you've got a fairly flat surface, which I don't, this floor is cracked and it's terrible, stand this tank up one end and then take something that's of a known dimension and just mark it, scoot it. Say I use this, it's probably not tall enough, and it's not, but you see what I'm saying. You can lay the soapstone or whatever you're using on a flat surface and just go around it, and that will make your mark. So I'm going to go ahead and measure it where I want it, make my mark for my cut line. This tank is it's not a real square edge, but this is just a quench tank. This ain't no pipe fabrication or nothing where it needs to be on the money. You know, it's just a quench tank. So I'm going to make this 2 foot 2 inches. That's really what I've got that's usable before it starts there's a little drop off there. So 2 foot 2, come down here a little ways, try to keep your tape as square as possible. 2 foot 2, same thing on my side over here, you won't be able to see it. 2 foot 2. Alright, so now I've got, I think I put 6 on there. I ought to have it on jack stands. I hate working with my knees. So then, we'll take a straight edge of this. The other side's kind of dinged up. And we'll just lay it on there, line up our marks. And that'll give you a fairly straight line, not that it needs to be. I might have to go a little ways at a time because I can't hold the whole thing. Flip it over. Keep going around. Alright, so there we've got our relatively straight line. For what this is, it don't matter. I just wanted to show the different ways to lay out a cut line on a round pipe. That's just a few of the ways. Now we're going to cut it. Okay, so I'm going to use this cutoff wheel, little zip disc, to cut this. I could use my oxyacetylene torch, but then I'd have to clean up this ragged cut, you know. This basically sheet metal, and it's hard to cut with a torch. So we're just going to use the old zip disc. Clear glasses and a face shield. That's a must. I've had metal drilled, pulled, and little rust ring drilled out of my eye on 3 separate occasions, and there's nothing fun about it. So, all right, here we go. Okay, now that we've got the top cut off of it, I got this ragged, sharp edge. I'm going to clean it up with a little tiger paw, a little sanding disc. So we're going to do that. There we go, just getting rid of the sharp edges. Okay, well, we got it cut, we got the edge cleaned up. Next step is to figure the distance that I'll need, the amount of material I'll need to make my ring that I'm going to use for hanging my tongs. This tank is approximately 18 inches in diameter. Well, I'm going to give myself 2 inches all the way around. So 2 inches either side, coming up with a diameter of 22 inches. Now the way you figure the amount of material you need, or at least this is the way I'm doing it, is diameter times pi. Okay? So you take 22 inches, times it by pi, it's 3.1415. And you come up with 5'9"1/8", if I remember right. I worked it out once already. I already got my material cut, so I can skip that step. And then we'll start bending it into a hoop. So let's start doing that. Okay, my first step is going to be to bend this. I'm going to put a little offset in it, approximately 2 inches, to give myself a little overlap for welding. Yeah, that'll work. Well, this is very thin material. I don't imagine it's going to take much heat to bend that around real nice. Yeah. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, so I approximated 4 equidistant little spaces and cut me 4 of these little 3-inch tabs. I'm going to weld them on. I measured 1 inch down all the way around. I'm going to weld them on about like that. Mark those, trim them off. Oughta hold tongs. Okay, well there's the quench tank done. Didn't turn out quite as nice as I'd like, but it's gonna serve its purpose. Makes it painfully obvious just how few tongs I have. That's done. If you liked it, hit like. If you didn't, hit the other one, leave a comment, and catch you on the next one.